There's absolutely no time to waste, and we're not going to be bothering with absolutely anything. We're making our way up the hill, up the ramp, and bothering with nothing. Do not attack anyone. Do not bother. Ignore, avoid, roll, whatever it is you're going to do, because he will peck at the ramps. And by pecking at the ramps, he'll create a gap. And then you're going to have to swing across instead of being able to jump. So my advice, if you're playing along, is to simply run. Continue to run until you make it to the very top. He's going to try to block you. Well, guess what? Eat that, you jerk. And yay, we've won. That was such an easy boss battle. Yeah, not quite. We finally get to have our revenge on the stupid bird. So, he's gonna come, swing by. He's gonna do a little pecking action. He's gonna try to stomp on you. He's gonna try to flat me into the spikes. And I'm not gonna let him know. Let's see. Bow, arrow. You definitely want to have the hammer handy, because that is how we're going to get rid of his beak armor. I guess it's similar to the boss battle in the first Dark Temple, Dark World dungeon with the First Maiden, Link to the Past, where the enemy has... I did not mean to press that button. Thank you. Can we go back? Okay, well, what I'm waiting for him to do is do his little pecking move that he sometimes does. Come on and peck me. That's the one. I don't think I got him. Did I get him? I don't know if I got him. So, yeah, that's the whole point. The whole point is to... Link, your enemy is gigantic. Do not lose your head. Yeah, we do have to use that. But what I meant to say is, when he comes down at you like that, you can get a good swing with the hammer, kind of crack that mask a little bit. And sometimes he'll do a swing, a flyby, I guess you can call it. I mean, so far, pretty basic. Once we break the mask, he's going to get a little bit tougher. Kind of stand in front of him, draw him in. He's going to try to flat me into the... Okay. Here he comes again, and hopefully he'll do the... There we go. That's what I was looking for, and crack. Not quite done, but you can see that the mask is cracking. So that'll give you a little bit of a sign of our progress. Again, and that does it. All right. He's a lot faster now, and he's going to do a big... Shouldn't peck so hard. Alright, I think now is when he starts doing this other move where he flies by. Oh, no. I guess that's it. Oh. I thought he was going to do more. That was quite simple. Okay, well, once and for all. Let's go inside. So let's head to the room where we found the Master Sword and find out who exactly is talking to us. Because if we were in the boat and the boat's not talking to us, and Tetra's standing next to me and she's not the one talking to me, then who could it possibly be? I'm sure maybe you saw it coming. I certainly saw it coming as soon as I saw that portrait the first time we were in here. And I still have some questions regarding the story, but let's listen to the King of Red Lions first. So my questions regarding mostly, is Zelda a reincarnation of Zelda? Is Link a reincarnation of Link, or are they just the descendants of the line, of the bloodline, you know? Right. So, yeah, wondering if Link is indeed the hero of time reincarnated, or is he just happens to be a descendant of the hero of time? Not really sure. Um, what we want to do next, though, we have two locations marked on our map. One of them is a brand new place we've never been to. One of them we have been to. If you recall, it is Headstone Island. It's the island with that giant heavy rock on it that we can't lift. So clearly, we need to do some item collecting before we can actually head into these locations. And so before we actually collect those two particular items, there are other things I want to grab. We're gonna sail. Yes, that's the one. Thorn Fairy Island. So let's go. Because not only do we have certain new items, but new things have become available to us with the item that we have. And I think after the events of Forbidden Fortress Part 2, certain things become available that weren't available before, even if you had the items necessary. I think events are triggered. That's the word I was trying to say. Certain events are triggered. So this was one of those fairy islands that we were never able to get inside because there were thorns growing in front of it. And the only way to get the thorns was to see. Good morning. We have one letter for Link. Here's my letter. Oh, great. Cash on delivery. Postage due is 201 rupees. I don't know how to do this. I really don't want it because I know exactly what the letter says. But I guess I should take it anyway. To the esteemed Mr. Fairy Person, thank you very much for your purchase. Encloses an incredible chart. This chart will show you where you can find the Triforce charts and Triforce shards. I want you to use it to find lots of them. They are my favorite kinds of items. And also, sir, have you been checking your tingle chart? Have you seen those giant fairy marks? Follow the chart to them and your fortune will increase greatly. Tingle. You've got the incredible chart. Yeah, let's take a quick look at this thing. As all things tingle, I hate it. So we have Tingle's chart and it tells you where the great fairies are. And he tells you that your fortunes will increase if you go to these places, and indeed, those are the places where we got our wallet upgrades. Then we have the incredible chart, which tells us that there are 3 Triforce charts, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Triforce pieces, plus the 3 that are going to be revealed with the Triforce charts for a total of 8, which is what the King of Red Lions told us. This is a decrease from the GameCube game. I think it had 12 pieces that we had to collect, and thankfully they've knocked it down a bit because collecting the Triforce shards in the GameCube version was incredibly annoying. That being done, we actually have business here. So with the hammer, we can smash down those things blocking our way, and we can come in here and talk to this great fairy. And she will increase our quiver. We can now carry 60. But do not fear if you're thinking, hey, how come the bombs get 99 and the arrows only get 60? Not to worry. If we take a look at our map and we go over to Western Fairy Island, that is another island we were previously unable to reach. Okay. So let's do a quick get out of here sequence. And let's travel to from Great Fish Isle, we can travel northwest and reach that particular fairy island, which was another one that was being blocked by some sort of obstacle that we couldn't get past until we have the hammer. And now that we have the hammer, we can actually get to it. And we've arrived, so let's jump out and get our hammer ready. And let's get ready to drop the hammer. And another fairy friend. Yay! We now have 99 arrows in our quiver. With that, we are pretty much as beefed up as we can get in terms of bombs and arrows. And in fact, don't know why I said it that way. It is indeed the most bombs and arrows we can have. However, we can upgrade our arrows one more way, and that is by warping to the mother and child islets. Now, before I told you if you warp over to the mother and child isles, you'll end up inside the mother isle. And before the events at Forsaken Fortress, there was nothing we could do in here. But that is absolutely one of the creepiest, but my favorite part, probably in all the game. I love that. How the Queen of the Fairies is a little girl with a fairy doll, and how she is hitting on Link. And Link is so bashful about it. But that entire little cutscene is, I think it's brilliant. Anyway, we now have fire arrows and ice arrows. And if we pull out our bow and press ZR, we can switch over to fire, we can switch over to ice, or we can switch back over to normal. With that, if you remember, there is an island that is a volcano and it's spewing hot fire, and there's another island that is covered in ice. To access those islands. And in the next episode, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So I hope to see you next time on another fun and exciting episode of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. See you guys then.